Hello and welcome. Let's learn English together through the exciting story of Nikola Tesla. Read with me using the shadowing method, listen, repeat, and feel the language come alive. They say he was born during a lightning storm. As thunder rolled across the sky and lightning flashed through the windows, a small baby took his first breath in the village of Smiljan. It was the night of July 10, 1856. A midwife said the storm was a bad sign, but Tesla's mother answered, "No. He will be a child of light." That baby grew up to be Nikola Tesla, the man who would change the world with his brilliant mind, and whose name would later be used for electric cars, giant coils, and even strange stories about death rays and secret inventions. From the beginning, Nikola Tesla was different. He saw things in his mind that others could not. He didn't need paper or pencils to draw or calculate. He could build whole machines in his head and test them there. When he was just a boy, he loved playing with water wheels and machines made of sticks. His imagination was wild and powerful. At night, he would lie in bed and see flashes of light and strange images before falling asleep. These were not dreams, they were like visions. Tesla's family was not rich. His father was a priest and writer. His mother never went to school, but she was very clever. She invented things at home to make work easier, things like small tools or kitchen devices. Tesla always said he got his inventing spirit from her. As a young man, Tesla studied engineering and electricity. He started school in Austria and worked so hard that teachers thought he was cheating. He could do long math problems in his head, faster than others could write them down. But Tesla was not always healthy. He would study day and night, and sometimes forget to eat or sleep. Once, he got so sick from overwork that people thought he might die. But he recovered and kept going, stronger than ever. In his 20s, he had a big idea. It was something no one believed could work. At that time, electricity was new and exciting. People used something called direct current, or DC. This system could only send electricity a short distance. But Tesla imagined a new way, alternating current, or AC. With AC, electricity could travel far and power whole cities. But people laughed at him. They said it was dangerous and impossible. Tesla needed someone who could help him bring his ideas to life. So he moved to the United States in 1884 with only 4 cents in his pocket, a few poems, and a dream. He went to work for the most famous inventor in the world, Thomas Edison. Edison had created the electric light bulb and had a big company in New York. At first, Tesla was excited to meet him. But the two men were very different. Edison liked to build things step by step, using trial and error. Tesla, on the other hand, designed everything in his mind first. Edison wanted to keep using direct current. Tesla believed alternating current was the future. They argued a lot. One story says that Edison promised Tesla $50,000 if he could improve one of Edison's machines. Tesla did it, but Edison then said it was a joke. He refused to pay. Tesla quit soon after. Tesla was poor and alone, but he did not give up. He worked as a ditch digger for $2 a day. He used the money to build a small lab. In time, he found support from a man named George Westinghouse, who believed in Tesla's AC system. Together, they began to build machines that could power homes, factories, and even whole towns with alternating current. The battle between Edison and Tesla became known as the War of the Currents. Edison did everything he could to make Tesla's system look dangerous. He even held public shows where he killed animals using AC to scare people. But in the end, Tesla and Westinghouse won. They lit up the 1893 World's Fair in Chicago, a glowing city of electric lights. Millions of people saw the power of Tesla's ideas, and the world changed forever. This victory made Tesla famous. Reporters loved him. He spoke 8 languages, dressed like a gentleman, and charmed everyone with his strange and exciting ideas. He was a showman. In public lectures, he held electric sparks in his hands and made lights glow without wires. People said he was like a magician. But it was all science, and Tesla's deep understanding of energy and the natural world. Even so, Tesla never cared much about money. He gave away patents and ideas freely. He refused to protect himself with lawyers. He just wanted to create. He believed that energy should be free and that knowledge should belong to everyone. This made him many enemies, people who wanted power and profit. But Tesla didn't stop. He went on to dream even bigger. He began working on wireless energy, sending power through the air. He built a giant tower in Long Island, called the Wardenclyffe Tower. His plan was to give people electricity without wires. Imagine charging your phone just by standing near a tower. That was Tesla's idea, over 100 years ago. But the project failed. His backers pulled the money. The tower was never finished. Tesla was heartbroken. He spent the rest of his life in small New York hotels, alone with his birds, his books, and his dreams. Some people thought he had gone mad. He said he received messages from other planets. He spoke of powerful weapons that could end all wars, a death ray that no army would dare to fight against. Governments listened, then ignored him. And yet, even in silence, his ideas kept working their way into the future. He had imagined radar, radio, remote controls, and even the internet, long before anyone else. Scientists later said he was the man who invented the 20th century. After the success of the World's Fair in Chicago, Nikola Tesla became a star. People from all over the world wanted to meet him. They asked him questions, watched his experiments, and listened to him talk about the future. But Tesla was not like other famous men. He didn't want a big house or a fast car. He didn't want a lot of money. What he wanted, more than anything, was time to think. Time to invent. Every morning, Tesla walked for hours through the streets of New York. He did not talk to many people. He spoke to pigeons. He loved them, especially one white pigeon that came to his window every day. Tesla said he understood the bird and that she loved him too. When the bird died, he cried like a child. He said he had lost a part of his soul. Tesla was not crazy. But he was different. He didn't eat meat. He didn't drink alcohol. He never married. He didn't even shake hands. He said he needed to protect his energy and stay clean. Some people laughed at him. Others said he was a genius from the future, stuck in the wrong time. While Edison and others were getting rich, Tesla was working on something bigger than money. He dreamed of wireless energy, electricity that could fly through the air like radio waves. In his lab, Tesla built strange machines. Big coils that spit out purple sparks. Lights that glowed without wires. He called it the wireless age. One day, he met a rich banker named J.P. Morgan. Tesla told him about a new tower that could send messages, music, even pictures, all through the air. Morgan gave him a lot of money to build it. Tesla started work on Long Island. The tower was huge. It looked like a metal mushroom rising into the sky. It was called Wardenclyffe. But Tesla had a secret plan. He didn't just want to send signals. He wanted to send power. Real electricity, without wires, to every home on Earth. He wanted the tower to give free energy to the world. When Morgan heard this, he was angry. He asked, "Where do we put the meter?" Meaning, how do we make people pay? Tesla couldn't answer. He didn't believe in selling energy. He believed the Earth itself was full of power, and that anyone could tap into it. But Morgan pulled the money. Without support, the tower was never finished. Years later, it was destroyed. The dream of free energy died with it. But not everything was lost. During these years, Tesla invented more things. He made the first remote control. He created machines that ran without fuel. He worked on X-rays and strange metal blades that could spin without touching. Some people say he even built an earthquake machine that shook the whole city block around his lab. Newspapers loved Tesla. They called him the Wizard of Electricity. But behind the news, he was running out of money. Other inventors, like Marconi, used Tesla's ideas to create radio, but didn't give Tesla credit. Tesla had patents, but he didn't fight. He once said, "I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own." In his later years, Tesla spoke about things that seemed strange and impossible. He said he had created a death ray, a weapon so powerful it could destroy planes from miles away. He said it would stop all wars, because no one would dare attack. Governments listened, but none of them believed him. Or maybe, they did believe him and wanted the secret. This is where the myths begin. Some say the US government took Tesla's notebooks after he died and locked them away. They say he had found the secret to free energy, time travel, or even communication with other planets. Others believe his death ray was real, and that it was hidden or destroyed to protect the world. There are books and movies about this. Some say the FBI still keeps Tesla's papers in a secret vault. Was Tesla a genius ahead of his time, or a mad scientist dreaming of impossible things? Maybe he was both. Even Albert Einstein admired Tesla. When someone asked Einstein what it felt like to be the smartest man alive, he said, "I don't know. You'll have to ask Nikola Tesla." But Tesla didn't care about fame anymore. He lived quietly in a hotel room in New York. He fed pigeons in the park. He talked to no one. He said he was still working, still inventing, but no one saw his machines anymore. In 1943, during a cold January night, Tesla died alone in room 3327 of the New Yorker hotel. He was 86 years old. A maid found his body 2 days later. The next morning, government agents came and took all his things. They said it was for national security. To this day, no one knows what was in those papers. But even in death, Tesla's light did not go out. His name started to rise again. Scientists began to study his work. His ideas found their way into new inventions. In 1960, a unit of magnetic force was named the Tesla. In the 21st century, an electric car company took his name, Tesla Motors, to honor the man who helped give us electric power. And people still talk about him. They tell stories about the tower that could have powered the world. About pigeons, lightning, and death rays. About a man who could see the future, and tried to build it, one spark at a time. Nikola Tesla once said, "The present is theirs, the future, for which I really worked, is mine." At the time, most people didn't understand what he meant. But today, his words feel true. So many of the things we use every day, wireless phones, remote controls, electric cars, come from ideas Tesla had more than 100 years ago. Even when he had no money, Tesla was always thinking. He said the Earth was like a big battery, full of energy. He believed that if we could connect to that energy the right way, we could power everything, homes, cars, factories, without burning coal or oil. Clean energy, everywhere. He said even the space around us was full of invisible power. He called it radiant energy. Some people say Tesla had already discovered a way to collect this free energy, but he never finished building it. He worked alone, without support. He wrote his ideas in notebooks that few people saw. When he died, some of those notebooks were taken by the US government. Officially, they said there was nothing useful in them. But that answer only made the mystery deeper. Why would they take his papers if there was nothing in them? For many years after Tesla's death, people forgot about him. His name disappeared from textbooks. Other inventors got the credit. Marconi got the Nobel Prize for radio, even though Tesla's patents were used first. Edison was remembered as the hero of electricity, though it was Tesla's system, alternating current, that powered the world. But Tesla's fans never gave up. Slowly, people began to rediscover his genius. Scientists started talking about him again. Young inventors looked up to him. Artists painted him. Writers made movies and books with him as a character. He became something more than a man. He became a legend. And with legends come stories, strange, amazing stories that no one can prove, but everyone loves to tell. One story says that Tesla once created a machine that caused a mini earthquake in New York. He called it a mechanical oscillator. It was small, like a box. But when it started shaking at just the right frequency, the building around it began to move. Tesla said he had to smash the machine with a hammer to stop it before the police arrived. He later said, "If I kept going, I could have broken the earth in two." Another legend tells of the death ray. Tesla didn't like that name, he called it Teleforce. He said it was not a weapon to kill people, but to protect countries. The idea was simple: send a powerful beam of energy through the air to stop any enemy from attacking. It could destroy planes from miles away. Tesla offered it to many governments, the United States, the Soviet Union, even smaller countries, but no one built it. Or at least, no one publicly built it. Some believe the plans for the death ray are still hidden. Some say they were used secretly. Others say Tesla was bluffing, that the weapon never existed. But if he was lying, why did governments take his papers so seriously? And then there's the story of time travel. One theory says Tesla once found a way to bend time and space using high-voltage electricity. According to this story, during one of his experiments, Tesla was out of phase with time for a few moments. He said he could see the past, present, and future all at once. He never told the full details. But the story inspired books and TV shows. Some even say that later secret projects, like the Philadelphia experiment, were based on Tesla's forgotten work. Of course, not all of this is proven. Many of these stories come from second-hand reports, newspaper articles, or people who said they knew Tesla. But that's part of what makes Tesla special. He was not just an inventor. He was a mystery. Even simple things about his life make people curious. He worked every day from 9 in the morning to midnight. He hated round objects and never touched pearls. He believed the number 3 was special and often walked around a building 3 times before entering. He said his brain worked best that way. Some now think he had something like obsessive-compulsive disorder, or maybe just a mind too focused for a normal life. But through all this, Tesla never stopped dreaming. Even at the end of his life, he told reporters about new inventions. He said he was working on a flying machine without wings, something that could rise straight up, like a helicopter, but without noise or fuel. Some believe this was the early idea of an anti-gravity vehicle. But again, the papers were never found. He also spoke of using the Earth itself to send messages, not just through the air, but through the ground, a kind of natural internet, long before the modern web existed. And through it all, he stayed hopeful. He believed that one day, people would use science not for war, but for peace. He said that machines would free humans from hard labor. That energy would become free and clean. That ideas, not weapons, would change the world. Today, many of Tesla's dreams are becoming real. Wireless energy is being tested. Cars run on electricity. Drones fly without pilots. And more people are asking the same question: what else did Tesla know? What was in those lost notebooks? In the last years of his life, Nikola Tesla lived alone in New York hotels. He walked to the park each day to feed pigeons. One pigeon, a pure white one, became special to him. Tesla said he loved her like a person, that she came to him when he called, and that they understood each other without words. When she became sick, Tesla stayed up all night caring for her. When she died, he said a light had gone out in his life. He truly believed that this pigeon had been his companion, maybe even a symbol of something higher. At this time, people thought Tesla was just a strange old man. Most had forgotten his victories. They didn't remember the glowing lights of the World's Fair, or the power stations that used his alternating current system. They didn't know that he had made radio possible, long before others took credit. He had become a ghost in a city full of noise, living in silence, while the world he helped build moved forward without him. And yet, Tesla never stopped working. Even when he had no money, no lab, and no assistants, he still believed in the future. He kept writing, sketching, thinking. He said he was developing new ideas that could change everything: machines that pulled energy from the air, flying ships, weapons to end all wars. Some listened. Most laughed. But Tesla didn't need applause. He needed only one thing: time. He died in the middle of winter, in January 1943, in a quiet room of the New Yorker hotel. He was 86 years old. The maid who found him said the room was peaceful, and the window was open, as if waiting for a pigeon that would never come. After his death, strange things happened. The U.S. government sent agents from the Office of Alien Property, even though Tesla was a U.S. citizen. They collected all his papers, machines, drawings. They said it was for national security. Officially, they later claimed there was nothing dangerous or unusual in his work. But many people believed otherwise. Why would the government take the belongings of an old man, unless they feared what he had left behind? This is where the mystery deepens. Some say his papers were returned to his family, but not all of them. Some say the blueprints for the death ray were taken away forever. Others believe that deep inside a secret base, Tesla's unfinished inventions are still being studied. And some go even further. They say Tesla had tapped into forces that no one fully understands. Forces that could break the laws of physics as we know them. Whatever the truth is, one thing cannot be denied: Tesla saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. And slowly, the world began to remember him. In the 1990s and 2000s, his name returned to science books. New inventions were named after him. The unit, Tesla, became a way to measure magnetic fields. A brilliant businessman, Elon Musk, named his electric car company after him, Tesla Motors, to honor the man who first dreamed of clean, powerful, electric machines. Today, That name is known all over the world. Young people began to read about him again. They learned not just about his inventions, but his spirit. He became a symbol of something pure, an inventor who didn't care about money or fame, who just wanted to give the world light. Movies, comics, video games, and songs were made about him. Some called him a superhero. Others called him a prophet. In truth, he was simply a man who never stopped imagining. And yet, it's hard to separate the man from the myth. Did Tesla really build an earthquake machine? Did he make contact with life on other planets? Did he invent a weapon that could stop armies? We may never know for sure. But perhaps it doesn't matter. What matters is the idea of Tesla, a mind so full of vision, so full of courage, that he became larger than life. He once said, "Let the future tell the truth, and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs, the future, for which I have really worked, is mine." And indeed, the future is his. Today, wireless technology surrounds us. Electricity powers every part of our lives. Cars run on energy. Planes fly faster than sound. Robots clean our homes. Satellites send messages across the sky. And as we search for better, cleaner energy, Tesla's early dreams return, dreams of a world powered not by oil or coal, but by the sun, the wind, and the invisible forces that fill the universe. Nikola Tesla lived in a world that didn't yet understand him. But he saw far ahead. He saw our world. And in a way, maybe he never really left. Close your eyes. Listen to the hum of electricity around you, in the lights, in your phone, in the city beyond your window. That sound is the echo of Tesla's dream. A dream made real. A child of lightning. A man of silence. A mind of the stars. Nikola Tesla.